Hey there, friends. I'm Andrew from the Scrapbox, and I finally finished HAZBIN Hotel Season 2. I know this video's a little late to the game, but in my defense, this series is very hard to reference, as 50% of it is music, and 40% is... Oh boy. They've got quite the vocabulary. And I'm not afraid of these guys. I'm afraid of this. I don't even know how they'd react to me repeating the name of my favorite character. But what I do know is out of all of the characters, there is only one that is constantly on point. The best of the best always completes their mission, and that person is Nifty.
That's an icon.
So today, to celebrate HAZBIN Hotel, I'm gonna make a nice brick-built figure of Nifty, because I've got the perfect space for her on my shelf. Let's get to it. Making Nifty. These are the two pieces that inspired the whole project, as together they make a great eye for Nifty. And as long as nobody pans over to my desk to see the remains of the previous 6 attempts, I can lie to you and tell you that her head was super easy to make and I got it all in one go. However, this piece makes the perfect singular eyelash, and then we just gotta build around the back of the skull so we could start Nifty's hair. She's got that stripe of yellow in the front, and her whole hair ends in a nice little wave. And we can cheat by using the hair as an opportunity to fill out the face a little bit, and add the wings of her eyelashes. Finally, we'll use this little claw piece to show a single hair out of place on her head. Now it's onto the mouth, and believe me when I say there's no good way to get spiky teeth in there. I've tried. Because whenever I say things like that, I always get comments that go, "You should have done it like this. That looks way better." Is that too mean? Someone messaged me today saying they hated the channel because my frog collection didn't include Rapunzel's green frog. Rapunzel's green frog.
So, it's probably fine.
She's got a bit of a toothy grin, but at least this way she gets rosy cheeks, and then we can attach a ball joint for the neck. One head complete. Nifty's torso is tiny compared to her head, and while I can secure these bricks by attaching slopes and plates to the side, I won't be able to add the little splotches of, jelly to her outfit. We'll use some more slopes to fill out the front though, and an ingot to cover the hole in the back. Add a bunch of 1x1 studs, 2 ball pins for arms later, add a bar for the spine, and these will be great for building the skirt later. Then below, some Technic pieces that we'll use to attach the legs. I've also added this bar piece in the back with some extra arms to act as her apron strings. Nifty, you look ridiculous. Oh, that's because we forgot your ascot. There we go. Yeah, make Fred jealous. As for her shoulders, we've got these weird blobs with ball joints inside. I'll just squeeze those on. They've also got a little bar nub at the bottom. That's great because we've got a bar clip, and another bar clip, and then a candlestick bar piece, and then a little claw for her grubby little hands. Amazing. Except now she looks like a Resident Evil monster, so we should probably give her some legs. You know, I never understood why Nifty needed any weapons because she has literal daggers for legs. I mean, those things are toothpicks. Does she stab holes in the floor where she walks? All jokes aside though, these legs are great for characters, but not great in the real world. And so I have to cheat just a bit. I've made the bottom part of her legs into secret ankles, which allow her to balance, just as if she had actual feet. They're terrifying to pose, but very, very useful. Now I'm just going to attach both of these legs to her hips and expect nobody to be weird about this in the comments. Great! Now we can move on to the skirt. And the name of the game is... use whatever wedges work to make the skirt look complete. These are literally just a bunch of curves and wedge plates. Unfortunately, there are no red plates with poodle prints on them, but at least I made this apron. Wait, how did I make this apron? At this point I've forgotten and I'm too afraid to take it apart. But with one final click, we've completed Nifty. And look, she's using her secret ankle feet.
I'm impressed.
Nifty looks fantastic, but she definitely needs an accessory that's not Malevola. Luckily, Nifty is known for always carrying around a particular object.
And let me see what you have. No!
Technically, Nifty has 3 main items. A large needle, but needles and anything with a large conical shape, is very difficult to make. Like, none of these are gonna properly work. And if you just use cylinders, it'll look like a baseball bat. She also has the Atom Slayer, which is a really fancy dagger, but doesn't fit Nifty's vibes. And of course, an old rusty knife. Call this lady Pyramid Head because a giant knife we shall make.
Yes!
Now, I'm not going for anything fancy. In fact, we're specifically making it not fancy, as this knife has already carved through an army of rats and bugs. So, I'm not going to be worried about tiling off every stud or rough edge. In fact, I think right now, all this is going to need is some semblance of a handle, and we should be good. Man, I really wasn't joking when I referenced Pyramid Head, huh? A brown bracket would have been better here, but I'm all out. I'm not gonna lie, she looks kinda terrifying with that knife. She's also got that fantasy book cover thing going on. And now she definitely needs a base to stand on. Welcome to a segment I call Circles Are Hard.
That's a hard
Circle. You're probably thinking, Andrew, Lego makes circles. And they do. Here's a stud and a 2x2, 4x4, even a 6x6. And the largest you can reasonably get is an 8x8 stud circle. But Nifty needs something larger. And any larger plates end up with these weird flat edges. So, we give up.
Are you sure?
Fine. We use curve slopes. That's right. Wait, did I just get a blue mat to film black pieces over? That's not gonna look good. There, contrast. We could use these 1x4 slopes to create a curved shape, and while this is definitely curved, it still really looks like a square.
Just like you.
But when your curves look too much like flat lines, use flat lines to make things look more round.
That doesn't make any sense.
What, don't believe me? Let's take a look. This is your brain. This is circles. This is your brain on circles.
You absolute idiot!
Your brain loves to engage in what we call the willing suspension of disbelief. It's why we enjoy magic tricks, movies, and shows where impossible things happen. If it's close enough, we'll buy it hook, line, and sinker. There, now that's a circle.
It works!
And that's why you can always trust me with your shapes. That's gonna be the perfect size too. Then you just gotta fill in the insides with weird snot pieces so you can build on top of it. Ta-da! This is gonna make a great base.
Dirty and purdy.
But what goes on top of it? I thought maybe a dead rat, but that might be too gruesome for YouTube, so I shouldn't go overboard, as it's going to sit on a high shelf and nobody's ever going to see it after this video. So probably something easy, something simple, something I built the Morningstar family crest from scratch.
Why are you like this?
I mean, it's everywhere in the hotel, and now Nifty can stand perfectly upon it. She's looking pretty good. But you know, I think Nifty could use a friend or two.
Rise, children. It's time.
Recently, I've been fond of making what I'd call little guys. And my favorite little guys from HAZBIN are the Bug Band bugs. So we're gonna give Nifty some little musical minions. We'll start with an easy little bass. And what I love about these guys is, so many characters have one specific look that makes them very difficult to replicate. But these bugs have many looks, which gives me a little wiggle room. Some things they always have though are 4 red eyes and multiple limbs for bug reasons. Now we'll give this bug a curved back shell, and I'm gonna use some short bars and mech arms for antennas, and the top of this guy's head will be made out of little slopes. Perfect. But he can't play any instruments without arms, so we'll use the infamous Among Us piece, hold them down with a curved slope, and then steal some droid arms and attach them. He's perfect, except he can't stand. So, for his legs, I've got this weird thing. You've probably seen them as action pieces or to hold Minecraft shields. But these will attach to the bottom, and then we'll have these little claw legs, and he still can't stand. Well, you know what they say, a stand for those who can't. Or something like that. I don't know, we're just gonna make him a little stand. And now he can learn the saxophone. You can also easily swap parts, which is why this one gets a little hat, bow tie, and a cello. Now these are the perfect little bugs for Nifty.
It's kind of impressive, actually.
I'll put some instructions up for my lovely Patreon members. Thanks, you guys. The final thing to do is put her up on my shelf, which I've actually already done because I knew if I did it while holding a camera, I'd drop her, she would break, and I would cry hysterically. But now I've got my army of Pomnies up there, as well as Nifty and her bug minions. Good job, Nifty.
Good job, Nifty.
You did it. You survived until the end. Congratulations. I wasn't sure if you had it in you, but here you are. Now, if you want to see more Has-Been Hotel content, let me know down in the comments. Otherwise, just general YouTube stuff. As always, I've been Andrew. You've been watching the Scrapbox. Make sure to do all the things like subscribe, comment, and last but not least, make sure to have yourself a wonderful day, whether it be in hell or not. All right. Bye.